There's a great deal of controversy lately around the role of a police officer, namely a constable, what they can and can't do. It's very much centred around London and the Metropolitan Police, but currently we've got this situation in Epping, in Essex, haven't we? And I know my mate Paz is there at the moment doing a live stream on what's going on. And over the last couple of days, you saw videos of what appeared to be police transporting activists in and out of this area, arguably to cause trouble and inflame situations where arrests can be made. That, of course, is conjecture. I'm only going by what's been published. And you get to think, what has gone so wrong with the police service? You see other, well, let's call it what it should be, a police force. You see other examples. There was an old chap who said, "Speak English," and he was going to get nicked for talking in a racially aggravated way. And then there was one that Paul Thorpe discussed earlier today, where there was somebody preaching in the street in Brighton and they nearly got themselves nicked. All of these things and more really indicate to me that the police force has lost its way and become more of an enforcement arm for the government agenda. That's what it appears, and that's how it comes across to everybody else. Now, instead of reacting like everybody else, I think it's very important to remind ourselves of what a constable actually should be and what a constable actually should be able to do and how far their powers go. Now, this all roots back to Constitution again, the English Constitution. And I want to read you a paragraph out of here because it's very important. And it's divided into several areas. We'll start with oath of office. A constable takes an oath to serve the Crown and uphold the law impartially. Impartially, there's that word. This oath underscores their constitutional role as independent officers of the law, not merely employees of a police force. Independent, impartial officers of the law. What the hell happened? Common law powers. Constables have inherent powers under common law, such as the power to arrest without a warrant in certain circumstances, to prevent breaches of the peace, to protect the public. These powers are derived from centuries of legal precedent rather than a single constitutional document. Again, what the hell happened? Keep the peace, protect the public. Independence. A constable's authority is personal to them and independent, meaning they exercise discretion in their duties. Discretion in their duties, guided by law and not solely by orders from superiors. My good friend at Police Off the Cuff, retired NYPD Sergeant Bill Cannon, once said that police are only obliged to follow lawful orders. Think about that, lawful orders. And a lot of the Americans' laws and everything are based on that English Constitution. This principle was notably affirmed in cases like R versus the Metropolitan Police Commissioner, ex parte Blackburn, 1968, which emphasised that constables are answerable to the law, not, now this is the thing, not to political or administrative control. Not to political or administrative control. And that's R versus the Met, ex parte Blackburn, 1968. There it is right there. So I ask again, what the hell are they playing at? The role of a constable traces back to the Anglo-Saxon period, where constables were local officials responsible for maintaining order in towns or parishes. The modern office was formalised with the establishment of professional police forces, particularly under the Metropolitan Police Act 1829, which created the modern police constable role under Sir Robert Peel. While the English Constitution is uncodified, that's the answer I'm getting from what I look, but we'll go with it. Statutes like the Police Act 1996 and the Police Reform Act 2002 define modern constables' duties, including crime prevention, public safety and law enforcement. These statutes build on the constitutional principle that constables, again, this is it, serves the public under the Crown's authority. Serves the public. So if we go back just to pull out these key terms, a constable is answerable to the law, not to political or administrative control. A constable is an independent officer of the law, not merely an employee of a police force. A constable takes an oath to serve the Crown and uphold the law impartially. And they should be free of political or administrative control. Now, I've known people in the police force in my life, going back many years, and I remember them saying that things were happening back in the day which would lead to problems later on down the line. I'm going back 20 or 30 years at least, so you have to wonder, how long has all this move in this direction been a thing? I know people in the job now who said it's not the job it was. Some people who have been in there 20 years or more. Where are we? Where have the police gone? They no longer represent the people. They no longer protect the people. And someone somewhere has forgotten what the original aim or the original goal of the police force, a police constable, was. Just to finish, constitutional significance. Rule of law. Constables embody the principle of the rule of law, acting as impartial again, enforcers of justice without favour to any individual or group. We have seen that breached 100-fold lately. They serve the Crown in a constitutional sense, not the government of the day, ensuring their role transcends political influence. Public accountability through mechanisms like police and crime commissioners and judicial oversight. Constables are accountable to the public, aligning with democratic principles in the English Constitution. So in other words, they're policed by consent, our consent, and we allow things like epping. Something has gone very wrong with law enforcement in this country. And the question I'll leave you with is, how do you put it right? Thank you very much for listening, everybody. As always, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share me with your people. Have a look at this video here. Here's another police-related thing I did a while back. And as always, I look forward to talking to you soon. Toodaloo.